To Stade Boreal in Laval, Quebec, the scene for a Week 23 weeknight match between the visiting Halifax Tides and the home side Montreal Roses. This is the Northern Super League presented by BMO, the official bank of the NSL. And right now we're getting ready for the nitty-gritty of the season. The playoff picture is coming into frame. And while the Tides have been officially eliminated from the postseason, the Roses can book their ticket tonight with either a win or a draw. All smiles for the Roses, but it's definitely business for them too, Jess.
Absolutely. This is a team that we've seen have some very high highs this season, but they've also dealt with the lows. So they're currently riding that high right now, Signa, off of a complete performance versus Calgary.
5-0 that performance against Calgary. And speaking of that match, Robert Rosatoyu saying he was waiting for his team to explode for more than 2 goals, and boy, did they.
Oh, yes, they did. They were great in all 4 phases of the match. You see here this ball across, the recognition, the initial ball over top, but then Monyard coming in big for her team, first ever NSL goal. This goal also, you see Paquin with some patience, Monyard recognizing that Boychuk's wide open, finds that space, takes what's given to her, and absolutely places that home. You're seeing the press here from them. This is something that Montreal has always been great at this season, but Bois really putting in that effort. Paquin ready, and she's able to slot this by Bukovic, who does get a hand on it, but not enough there to keep it out of the back of the net. Paquin finding that space off the front. That was something that they did really well in the last game. Numbers forward, Thibault also here to score her first ever NSL goal with confidence. You see the outside of the foot. Overall, great performance, Signa.
And they definitely exploded for goals. They have made 4 changes to their lineup from that match against Calgary. We see Chloe Minas coming in for her first start of the season in midfield. 2 changes at the back with Julia Lees and Haley Whitaker coming in. Gabrielle Lambert coming in goal. And speaking of Paquin, that first goal, we had a chance to speak to her ahead of the match. Noemi, congratulations to you. How good did it feel to score your first professional goal against Calgary last weekend?
Obviously, it felt good. I think it was long due. It should have happened way before, but thanks to Felicia, she did all the work, and I just finished it in. I think it was a little bit lucky, but a goal is a goal, so I'll take it.
This is an important game tonight. A win or a draw secures a playoff spot for the Roses. What's the focus for tonight's match for your team?
Yeah, I think we were just trying to be consistent. We had a good performance against Calgary. And Halifax is a really good team. We didn't have success in the past against them, so we're just trying to get the result tonight and just be united more than ever and just continue and make it to the playoffs.
Appreciate your time and good luck tonight.
Thank you.
The Halifax Tides may have been eliminated from the playoffs already, but they had one of their most complete performances of the season against Ottawa, a 1-1 draw just a few days ago.
It was very well balanced. You could see that bite and that hunger from them in the attack, and that's something that's lacked so far this season. But you're seeing here on this goal, Daniel gets this ball into the box. It does deflect, but there's so many numbers there that Nakamura is in the perfect position to absolutely drill that home. Here's another example of patience and recognition to switch the point of attack, but also continue their run forward. Daniel's wide open here again. She does a bit of a trickster move there and gets a shot off. Not enough power behind it though, so they do have to be able to find that conviction and that necessary clinical edge in the final third if they're going to want to win this one tonight.
Well, Halifax is in the midst of 3 matches in 9 days, so expect some rotations in their lineup tonight. They will make 2 changes to their starting 11 from that match against Ottawa. Karima Lemire coming into the midfield, and Amanda Allen coming in for Sarah LeMiller, who's put in quite a shift lately for Halifax. As for the back line, it stays the same, and we had a chance to catch up with Montreal native Julienne Valeron. Julienne, being from Montreal, how does it feel to play professional soccer in front of your friends and family today?
I mean, it feels amazing. Honestly, I was overwhelmed with feelings. Earlier, I was thinking, oh my God, I'm so happy, grateful. I know there was a lot of work put into this league and stuff, and so I'm really happy to be back home. This is where I grew up playing soccer, so it means a lot.
You're a player that's stepped up on both sides of the ball since joining the Halifax Tides. What do you need to do today to secure 3 points for your team?
Honestly, we're just gonna go out there and do the little things, like we can't look, behind. We can only look forward. So just like controlling what we can control. Honestly, when we get the ball, just pass and move, do the little things, honestly, and just give everything we have.
Enjoy the moment today and good luck.
Thank you so much.
A look at the NSL standings right now. The X marks the spot for the teams who have qualified for the playoffs so far. The Montreal Roses have that opportunity tonight with just a win and a draw. The Halifax Tides, as you see with the E, eliminated. To Stade Boreal in Laval, Quebec, the scene for a Week 23 weeknight match between the visiting Halifax Tides and the home side Montreal Roses. This is the Northern Super League presented by BMO, the official bank of the NSL. And right now we're getting ready for the nitty-gritty of the season. The playoff picture is coming into frame. And while the Tides have been officially eliminated from the postseason, the Roses can book their ticket tonight with either a win or a draw. All smiles for the Roses, but it's definitely business for them too, Jess.
Absolutely. This is a team that we've seen have some very high highs this season, but they've also dealt with the lows. So they're currently riding that high right now, Signa, off of a complete performance versus Calgary.
5-0 that performance against Calgary. And speaking of that match, Robert Rosatoyu saying he was waiting for his team to explode for more than 2 goals, and boy, did they.
Oh, yes, they did. They were great in all 4 phases of the match. You see here this ball across, the recognition, the initial ball over top, but then Monyard coming in big for her team, first ever NSL goal. This goal also, you see Paquin with some patience, Monyard recognizing that Boychuk's wide open, finds that space, takes what's given to her, and absolutely places that home. You're seeing the press here from them. This is something that Montreal has always been great at this season, but Bois really putting in that effort. Paquin ready, and she's able to slot this by Bukovic, who does get a hand on it, but not enough there to keep it out of the back of the net. Paquin finding that space off the front. That was something that they did really well in the last game. Numbers forward, Thibault also here to score her first ever NSL goal with confidence. You see the outside of the foot. Overall, great performance, Signa.
And they definitely exploded for goals. They have made 4 changes to their lineup from that match against Calgary. We see Chloe Minas coming in for her first start of the season in midfield. 2 changes at the back with Julia Lees and Haley Whitaker coming in. Gabrielle Lambert coming in goal. And speaking of Paquin, that first goal, we had a chance to speak to her ahead of the match. Noemi, congratulations to you. How good did it feel to score your first professional goal against Calgary last weekend?
Obviously, it felt good. I think it was long due. It should have happened way before, but thanks to Felicia, she did all the work, and I just finished it in. I think it was a little bit lucky, but a goal is a goal, so I'll take it.
This is an important game tonight. A win or a draw secures a playoff spot for the Roses. What's the focus for tonight's match for your team?
Yeah, I think we're just trying to be consistent. We had a good performance against Calgary, and Halifax is a really good team. We didn't have success in the past against them, so we're just trying to get the result tonight and just be united more than ever and just continue and make it to the playoffs.
Appreciate your time and good luck tonight.
Thank you.
The Halifax Tides may have been eliminated from the playoffs already, but they had one of their most complete performances of the season against Ottawa, a 1-1 draw just a few days ago.
It was very well balanced. You could see that bite and that hunger from them in the attack, and that's something that's lacked so far this season. But you're seeing here on this goal, Daniel gets this ball into the box. It does deflect, but there's so many numbers there that Nakamura is in the perfect position to absolutely drill that home. Here's another example of patience and recognition to switch the point of attack, but also continue their run forward. Daniel's wide open here again. She does a bit of a trickster move there and gets a shot off. Not enough power behind it though, so they do have to be able to find that conviction and that necessary clinical edge in the final third if they're going to want to win this one tonight.
Well, Halifax is in the midst of 3 matches in 9 days, so expect some rotations in their lineup tonight. They will make 2 changes to their starting 11 from that match against Ottawa. Karima Lemire coming into the midfield, and Amanda Allen coming in for Sarah LeMiller, who's put in quite a shift lately for Halifax. As for the back line, it stays the same, and we had a chance to catch up with Montreal native Julienne Valeron. Julienne, being from Montreal, how does it feel to play professional soccer in front of your friends and family today?
I mean, it feels amazing. Honestly, I was overwhelmed with feelings. Earlier, I was thinking, oh my God, I'm so happy, grateful. I know there was a lot of work put into this league and stuff, and so I'm really happy to be back home. This is where I grew up playing soccer, so it means a lot.
You're a player that's stepped up on both sides of the ball since joining the Halifax Tides. What do you need to do today to secure 3 points for your team?
Honestly, we're just going to go out there and do the little things, like we can't look, behind. We can only look forward, so just like controlling what we can control. Honestly, when we get the ball, just pass and move, do the little things, honestly, and just give everything we have.
Enjoy the moment today and good luck.
Thank you so much.
A look at the NSL standings right now. The X marks the spot for the teams who have qualified for the playoffs so far. The Montreal Roses have that opportunity tonight with just a win and a draw. The Halifax Tides, as you see with the E, eliminated. Kickoff from Stade Boreal moments away. When we return, it's the 4th meeting of the season between the Halifax Tides and Montreal Roses. Stay with us on CBC Gem. Welcome back to our coverage of the NSL on CBC Gem. Stephen Hart and Robert Rosatoyu with greetings ahead of this match. Halifax and Montreal set to kick off. Halifax unbeaten against Montreal this season, including 2 at Stade Boreal. The last one was a victory, a little blip by Anna Karpenko and Daphne Blouin, Quebec City native, coming up with the winning goal. So that was the last time these 2 teams met. And Jess, we're expecting a tight one affair today at Stade Boreal. Kickoff just about to start. Sofia Cedeno sending it back. And Sarah Olai gets things started to Sid Kennedy, who's wearing the captain's armband today. Gunny Jonsdotter available off the bench. Amanda Allen. And a shot from Valorand into the arms of Lambert, back in the saddle in between the pipes tonight.
We're already seeing that mentality, Signa, of Halifax. They're coming out with that front-footed approach, that bite and that aggressiveness that's needed in the attack to create dangerous opportunities.
Backhand turning back to Stephanie Hill. A nice little touch by Cherim. And Bilbao freeing Tanya Boychuk. You hear the crowd lighting up when Boychuk, one of the team's co-captain, gets the ball. And out for a throw-in.
Seeing a bit of that combination play between Cherim and Boychuk. A fun little cheeky outside of the foot flick there. But Tanya Boychuk continues to be a player that has been a bright spot for this Montreal team. Through the highs and the lows, she's always giving you 100%. She's always driving forward when you give her the space to do so, and she does make things happen.
Whitaker in the corner to Cherim. And Cedeno shepherds that out of bounds.
We're seeing here, Signa, too, another look at this shot. Amanda Allen with some patience. She finds Valorant, who's driving forward and strikes this, but doesn't really test Lambert too much in that. But again, some great movement off the ball to be able to create that.
Megan Sauvé wearing the captain's armband today. Backhand keeps that alive. Boychuk tried to chase it down. That'll go out for a goal kick. Robert Rosatoyu, head coach of the Roses. Such an in-depth knowledge of this player pool. So many Quebec-born players on the Montreal Roses team. Really building something special here. He says, and hoping it'll be a special night for the Roses, just needing a draw or a win to book their spot in the playoffs. Lemire to Taylor, stripped of the ball. Bilbao to Minas, getting her first start. A nice turn by Sid Kennedy. Cedeno turning, finding Amanda Allen. 1v1 against Sauvé. And across into the arms of Lambert. So some real back and forth early on, not even 5 minutes into this match.
You're seeing both teams willing to get stuck into tackles. A lot of back and forth, as you said, Signa. But in that situation, Amanda Allen has to go to her left foot. She looks comfortable to go right, and that's what she ends up doing. But Sauvé is right there. You're not going to be able to create anything too dangerous in that situation with Sauvé comfortable and so close by.
Sarah Olai, across to Addie Wickers. And out for a Montreal throw.
We're seeing how lethal that press is for Montreal. There's always numbers around the ball. They do not give their opponent time and space to make a decision, and it usually ends with them coughing the ball up in dangerous spots or kicking that ball out of bounds, as we just saw there.
Is looking forward for Nakamura. Whitaker gets that away to Cherim, and Charlotte Bilbao playing a little higher than we're used to seeing her play, usually in that number 6, kind of the holding position. Foul going in the ways of the Halifax Tides. But to insert Chloe Minas into the lineup.
And Chloe Minas has been a player that in the minutes that she has played, you see that mentality of her always wanting to get on the ball, but also providing that safety and that structure that's needed in the midfield. So I think it's safe to push a Bilbao up top. We've seen what she can do in the attack as well. When she's given a bit of space, she can hit from range. So definitely an interesting thing to see in this game, Signa, but Chloe Minas is a player that I think brings that calm, cool, collected energy that's needed in that 6th role.
Lemire. Amanda Allen again earning a corner kick off the shins of Megan Sauvé. Here's a look at Chloe Minas. Montreal native, 23 years of age. Was playing over in Sweden in the Damallsvenskan.
Are you as distracted by the sky as I am, Signa?
I am. It's beautiful. I remember we did a match earlier this season, Jess, and we kept showing it. It was, you know, the cotton candy sky. So expect some beautiful views and some beautiful football from Stade Boreal tonight. Corner kick here for the Tides. In swinger. A hand on it by Lambert. Timely.
It's well done.
For a goal kick. Well, Gabrielle Lambert, the 31-year-old from St. Hyacinthe, Quebec, coming up big here.
She's confident, strong hands, comes out, is able to get a hand on that and get it straight out of that danger zone. It's well done by Lambert.
7th start of the season for Lambert. 2 clean sheets so far. Norcus winning that ball back to Wickers, who sends it into Cedeno. Cedeno takes a flip. He's hoping for a call against the center back, Stephanie Hill.
See a bit of a shove there, lower back of Cedeno. Calling for that card. There definitely was something in there.
So shirt tug, the referee for tonight's match, Anne-Marie Canuel. All Quebec crew. Norcus turns and finds Cedeno. Touch, maybe a little bit too much sauce. Trying to get by Stephanie Hill.
Cedeno's a player that has really stepped up. You know, she's new into the mix. She's a young player, but she has all this energy and this hunger to get on the ball and create dangerous opportunities. She was very active for them in their last matchup.
And active now, and we'll see a free kick, but Charlotte Bilbao taken down in dangerous territory for the Montreal Roses. Their team coming to pick her up, former French international.
This is a dangerous spot for Montreal. It is in striking range.
Addie Wickers picking up a yellow card.
See another look at it here. Yeah, there's definitely a pullback there on Bubo's arm.
Annika Toth standing by in goal. 10 minutes into this match, and it's free kick from distance. Megan Sauvé on the ball. Sauvé skies it.
She has to lean over the ball in that opportunity. The only way to strike that on frame and really keep it down, that chest needs to come over top of it to really strike through it and finish that movement. But she does lean back a little bit, which makes it sky over the top of the bar.
And that Montreal press pushing forward. They earn the ball back.
You see how organized they are in covering one another as well when they do get pulled out.
Valeron, speaking to her ahead of the match, was really excited to be playing in front of her family and friends. She signed with the Halifax Tides during the summer transfer window after playing with Zephyr FC in the United States, the USL.
Valeron has been a player that, since she's come on board, she's helped them a lot on both sides of the ball. She's hungry, but she's brave in her attack. She's very confident when the ball is at her feet, and defensively, she loves when you go 1v1 with her. She does not back down from any battle.
Norcus picking up that through ball that was intended for Paquin, and that's a poor pass. Paquin, a chance for a shot, and Toth saw that.
There has to be more precise passing in the back here. Paquin reads this perfectly, though, and does get a strike off, but there's not enough power behind it. She doesn't quite come through it with her laces. But the concentration in that back line and being able to complete that pass is going to be huge for Halifax if they want to be able to compete today.
That was something Coach Stephen Hart said about playing the Montreal Roses. Yes, they've had success against them, 2 draws and a win this season in their previous 3 meetings, but they need to be careful of Montreal. Organized team, offensively and defensively. They have an identity. And he said just being conscious defensively, concentrate defensively. Right now, a few little holes here and there. Getting settled into this game at Stade Boreal. Halifax throw on the far touchline. Making her 7th straight start in 7 games. So yes, you mentioned how integral she's been in the time that she's been with the team.
Well done by Hess.
Hess doing a lot of that underrated work in the midfield. Ball back, was looking for Nakamura, but no for a Montreal throw.
You mentioned Hess, and one thing that's so great about her is her IQ and her ability to really slow the game down at the moments that it's necessary, but also she's so great with her feet that she is able to go forward and cause problems for you.
Halifax with the possession edge so far in the early stages of the match. Bilbao.
Seen some physicality come out already early in this matchup.
A late challenge from Lemire on Bilbao. Lemire, one of 6 Quebec-born players on the Halifax Tides roster. Stephen Hart looking on. His team defend this free kick from Paquin. Timely header from Olai, but out for a corner kick.
It's a great ball into the box by Paquin. And she's shown what she can do on those deliveries, whether that's in the run of play and she's getting that ball into the box through a cross, or she is on these set pieces.
We'll once again head to the corner. Picking up her first goal against the Calgary Wild. Ball into the box, it goes by everyone. And out for a throw-in. Cedeno trying to get by Haley Whitaker and instead goes through.
We know Haley Whitaker loves a physical battle. She lives for those 1v1s.
A quick take and Boychuk into the box. Cleared from Taylor's foot. And Nakamura trying to get a foot by Whitaker. Boychuk with the wiggle waggle. Ball deflected. Valeron under pressure. And that'll be a free kick for the Montreal Roses. So just some late challenges catching the Tides.
You see Tanya Boychuk, and she gets away from Valeron here, gets this ball into the box. There's numbers there, they're just not able to deflect it on frame. But those balls are dangerous when you're able to get it into that 6-yard box area just outside the 6 and you have so many numbers in there. If it's not on frame, there's potentially a deflection that does end up going into the back of the net.
So a set-piece situation. Again for the Montreal Roses. Ball sent in, headed away from trouble from Valeron. Kennedy called for the foul.
I also just want to point out, Signa, they've done well to clear the ball so far on these set pieces. As much as Montreal, it's not coming together for Montreal, there's something in that on the side of Halifax, and they are getting up, they are recognizing where they need to be, who they need to mark, and how to get that ball out of there.
Sid Kennedy having a conversation with the referee. It's another free kick here inside 20 minutes. Scoreless game. Paquin. Strike right into the arms of Annika Toth.
Nothing too challenging there for Toth.
Toth really seen the lion's share of work, making her 13th start today. Of course, the great Erin McLeod retiring after a foot injury preventing her from finishing off the season. Toth just 23 from Oakville, Ontario, so great experience as a first-year professional. Olai. Taylor and Lemire. Lemire closed down quickly. Hess winning the challenge and keeping the ball. So just in the previous play, Sofia Cedeno given a yellow card. Valeron closing in, Cherim, the cross in, right across goal.
It's a great ball in by Cherim. There's not enough numbers in the box on that. You see Boychuk standing a little too far out of the box. There's about one runner. So there needs to be more in that box. We've seen them do it. Last matchup, they were great at it.
Hill will recycle all the way back to Lambert. Had a busy couple of minutes, but have been a little quiet recently.
Stephanie Hill is also a player that has shown tremendous growth throughout the season. She's so confident when she's on the ball now. She's willing to take that forward on if necessary. She puts that physical addition to her game every time you go into a tackle with her. She's gonna come out on top. She's making sure of that. She's also been able to convert for them.
4 goals on the season, including one off a set piece in the last match.
All I know is I would not want to mark her on a set piece, Signa.
Be a bit of a mismatch, Jess.
A little
Not
bit.
giving away your height, but
Hey, I am 6'1".
in my dreams. But Stephanie Hill, as you see her play the ball forward, first-year pro out of McGill University. Former U Sports Rookie of the Year and first-team All-Canadian.
Push there, shove from
This is
Kennedy.
what Cedeno got the yellow card from. Kennedy trying to lace one through for Nakamura, putting some pressure on Julia Lees. And stopped that momentum was Valeron.
You're also seeing Minas there and how active she is in finding those gaps. That quick 1-2 touch to draw the players in and then get out the other way. You're seeing there again, goes back, calms the game down for Montreal, and they're able to go out the other way.
Cedeno manages to get a boot in there, but Ali Hess often there helping out. Halifax trying to hem Montreal in. Lemire with a header, keeps it alive. Again, there's Ali Hess. Stopped by Olai. Valeron. Allen. So a free kick for the Tides.
There's a lot of back and forth so far, Signa.
Kind of what we expected. That was the first 3 meetings of the season.
Two very resilient sides that want to be able to walk away with the 3 points. Halifax is, trying to prove a point late in the season. Obviously, they are out of the playoff spot. but you want to go out on a high. You want to be able to prove who you are. You want to show as an individual as well as a team and represent Halifax well.
Lemire on the ball. 25 minutes into this scoreless match. Here's Lemire. Ball in and cushioned by Lambert.
It was well struck. You could hear the impact there. But Lambert doing a great job at that.
The flick again from Cherim. Body's falling down all over the place. The Tide's trying to calm things down. Frantic first 25 minutes from both teams. Olai, gotta be careful. Toth pumps it up the pitch. Valorant guiding that out of bounds. For a Halifax throw.
Once again, both teams have numbers around the ball. They're there to disrupt the other. Not much buildup going on that isn't disrupted, at least at some point.
Minas turns back to Lees. Minas has Cherim. Cherim. Headed away, not out of trouble! And Sauvé walked into that one, but it went over the bar.
That starts off with a great ball over the top by Minas to Cherim, who gets this ball into the box. But Sauvé is ready for this. She times that. She isn't able to quite get over it, but she was there to make something happen. And that's what you need. You need runners in the box. You need people timing themselves at the top of the 18 for anything that's available and falls back out.
Toth confidently off her line. Halifax playing across the back. Marcus lost the ball trying to win it back against Hess.
There's times to take people on, and there's times to really just possess the ball and pass it off to a teammate. That would have been one of those times. Paquin was right there. Norcas has to be smarter in her decision-making to be able to keep the ball.
Boychuk, one touch and turns. Cherim. Cherim, that's a foul on Valoran. And they see her way into the booking of Anne-Marie Canuel, and yes, indeed, third yellow card to the Halifax Tides.
See Cherim trying to pull out the moves with Valoran there. Definitely making contact with her. They have been going at Valoran all game long so far between Cherim and Boychuk. Anyone really breaking the line, it has been down that right flank.
Toth organizing small wall for the Tides as the free kick gets set to come in. Toth, well done.
It's well done by Toth. Confident, comes out, collects that.
Nakamura holding up, finding Norcus. Taylor turns. Taylor, a second straight start for the Bridgewater, Nova Scotia native. Played 90 minutes against the Ottawa Rapid. Mere little trickery of her own. And Addie Wickers will scoop this up.
Despite there being, not much as far as dangerous opportunities so far, Signa, for either side, you're seeing this team, Halifax is a team that has struggled all season long with being composed on the ball and keeping possession, but we're seeing them grow, and you're seeing bits of it here. There's glimpses of it in their movement off the ball to be able to find one another. The preciseness right now of that final pass is really letting them down, though, and that's something they have to improve on. Good Bow active off the front.
Boychuk, time to turn, and does. Valeron stops. Kennedy's ball up to Nakamura, out of reach. Cedeno running on, here comes Amanda Allen. Some heart palpitations, I'm sure, for Robert Rosatoyu and his team. But Stephanie Hill does well to get out of trouble. And Montreal has some numbers going forward. Paquin looks to goal. A tip and off the crossbar. Annika Toth. A save on Paquin. That could have very well been 1-0.
She's looking for her second goal, Signa. But this is well done by Bilbao. She finds Paquin. And Paquin confidently steps up and strikes that. But Toth coming up big and keeping that ball out of the back of the net.
So Annika Toth, the more active of the two keepers so far. And that needed a touch, or that would have been in the back of the net. Short corner. A rare off pass by Bilbao. Whitaker over on this left side, tries the slip pass through. The shot over top by Paquin.
Some good combination play there between the Montreal players. You see numbers in the box, but Whitaker's realizes she can't get this shot off. Hess is pulled down. Hill lays that off to Paquin, but she again leans back and is not able to strike that on frame.
Turin back to Whitaker. Mina's trying a little flick through. And ball going the way of the Halifax Tides.
Not sure why Cherim came back that way straight into Kennedy. She had her beat. She was able to turn and start to go forward there.
Ball over top. Lees crashes into Cedeno, who's down on the turf. Cedeno still slow to get up, and the referee will pause play.
been a physical matchup so far. Zdeniow's a player that has been involved in majority of it. See there, Lee's, she might have gotten a forearm potentially in the mouth there, and that's why she's slow to get up. Not too sure, a little difficult to tell. Yeah, it looks like her lip, bit of a fat lip there.
Cedeno, the 19-year-old Panamanian, raised in Houston, Texas. Actually went to U19 USA camp back in 2024 and was scheduled to go to UCLA, but decided to go the pro route.
We're seeing that a lot more commonly now in the women's game.
Still scoreless at Stade Boreal. You're watching the NSL presented by BMO, the official bank of the Northern Super League. So shots so far to the advantage of Montreal, you see in your top left-hand corner. Daniel with all the AstroTurf bits.
You end up finding those in the strangest places.
Oh yes.
They get in everywhere.
AstroTurf, great invention, but
sometimes your knees disagree with that,
yeah,
let's be honest.
Or the turf burn. Backhand back to Lees. Lees stepping in for Lucy Capadonna tonight. Capadonna not dressing, needed a complete rest. Has been playing the lion's share this season in the backs. Leading pass. Hill to Hess, the outside of the foot to Paquin, be offside.
Paquin needs to just be able to look up and recognize that line, hold her run a little bit more if that requires her to pull out a little wider to give herself a better angle to then make that diagonal run. But she has to be aware of that.
Towering ball over top, and Sauvé will take no chances and fire it out. Norcus into Nakamura, shielding well. The drop pass to Amanda Allen. She didn't get all of it, but that looked like a nice connection.
That could have been a lot worse than it was for Montreal Signet.
Olai does well to shield that ball away from a charging Tanya Boychuk. And offside the call near midfield.
We're seeing Halifax really want to play that direct ball over top multiple times so far this half, but that's something that Montreal is aware of, and you're seeing them aware of it and how they're dropping in that spacing and not allowing those balls to go over top and to give Halifax too much time and space to get on that. So they have to be able to find that variation in the attack, have movement off the ball, try to stretch Montreal, pull them out of their position instead of just kicking that ball aimlessly at times and hoping that one of their forwards is able to get on the end of it.
Nakamura pushing forward to the ball. Cedeno. And Hess coming back.
Yes.
That Ali Hess. That help defense, to steal a basketball term. Ooh, that's a late challenge. Heidi Wicker's already on a yellow card too.
Seems to be a bit of a recurring issue in this matchup so far, that late tackle.
So getting some words here from Anne-Marie Canuel, but that's a late challenge.
Late challenge, no contact on the ball whatsoever. Thankfully, Bilbao's up.
5 minutes to play in this opening half, 0-0. Paquin on this free kick. Toth again, punching it away this time. Oh, it's Stephanie Hill again! This time a looping ball. 5th goal of the season for the rookie center back.
We were just talking about the importance that she's had for this team in the minutes that she's played. You see a bunch of back and forth here, but Stephanie Hill takes this chance, places it right back in towards Toth. And this goes right over top of her, putting Montreal ahead.
Just up and over the arms of an outstretched Annika Toth. And it's 1-0 for the home side. Again, the Roses trying to book their spot in the NSL postseason. Just need a win or a draw against the Tides today.
Back-to-back games as she scored the opening goal.
Last one against Calgary on a header. We'll see what kind of bounce back Halifax has. Just a few minutes to play in this opening half. Karima Lemire on the ball. The curling ball in, it's a teasing one. And Halifax arguing that I think it was Sarah Olai tangled up in the box.
Did look like Minas had a bit of a hold on her there. She wasn't able to get away from her to get on that ball.
So another look at that free kick. And hard to see from that angle. It does look like it was Minas wrapped up on Olai.
Nice touch by Boychuk.
Boychuk moving forward. Sarah Taylor did enough to disrupt the attack. Wickers. Olai has to be careful. Bilbao and slides out for a throw-in. And Bilbao says, come on, Stade Boreal. Fiery competitor. Charlotte Bilbao, the 35-year-old. First international signing of the Roses. Sauvé all the way back to the goal scorer, Stephanie Hill. Whitaker running forward. It's the cross in. Not out of danger yet. Halifax needs some numbers here. Nakamura and Kennedy. Cedeno through ball, but Lambert off her line.
That run of play on both sides there, Signa, for both teams. You're seeing that final pass let them down. The precision in it, the decision-making of when to play it. You have to be able to pick out your target, get that cross in the box if you're Montreal. Whitaker has to look up, recognize where those runners are, and when she is picking them out, to be able to deliver and execute, whereas Sid Kennedy is recognizing the run, but just overhits that ball a little bit too much, where no one's able to get on the end of it. So that last pass is really letting both sides down right now as far as creating dangerous opportunity after dangerous opportunity, as there's been a lot of back and forth.
Ball given away to Bilbao. Bilbao trying to lay a ball into Boychuk. Wickers has to be careful. She's on a yellow. Boychuk puts everything behind it and out of bounds.
See a little bit of a smile from her there. This is a nice threaded ball through. You see Wickers back up a little bit. She doesn't want to foul Boychuk there. Boychuk continues to drive forward. She has nobody else in the box with her. Her only option is to strike from there. Bit of a strange angle. Leans back, skies it.
2 minutes of added time in this opening half. It's a 1-0 lead for the home side Montreal Roses. The goal from Stephanie Hill just moments ago. Paquet. Some shifty footwork. Finds Cherim. Whitaker. The ball in the box, the header! Not far off.
I just spoke about precise passing, and that's exactly what I meant. She picked her out. She found Boychuk's head. Boychuk does well to redirect that, just isn't able to get it on frame, but you see another look at it here. Directly to Boychuk's head.
Added time winding down. But deep in the Halifax Tides zone come the Roses. Bilbao turns. The cross in. Cedeno to Amanda Allen just off her foot. Bilbao to her midfield partner Hess. Broken up by the Tides. And the whistle goes on the opening 45 minutes, and Stephanie Hill picking up her 5th goal of the season to give the Roses the 1-0 lead, but 45 minutes left to play, Jess.
I think overall Montreal did have more control in that half as far as being more purposeful in their movements and creating opportunities going forward. There is moments where there's some great ball movement from Halifax, but a lot of it is being rushed. There's a lot of balls being sent away, not the correct ball, the decision being made. So they just have to be able to clean that up. But as far as Montreal, they also need to clean up that final pass, find that precision, be able to connect in the final third and put another one away.
4th meeting of the season. With 45 minutes left to play, it's the Montreal Roses 1, Halifax Tides 0.
Kate McKenna alongside Jess Lisi after a successful NSL Super Saturday triple header. Let's break down these games for you, starting with the first one, Halifax hosting Ottawa at the Wanderers grounds. This one ends in a 1-1 draw, and it's Megumi Nakamura getting things started.
This is a great goal, and we talk about Halifax and the quality that we haven't seen from them in that final third, but Nakamura makes no mistake to place that in the back of the net, absolutely drills that home and gives her side the lead. But then when you look on the flip side, you know that Ottawa's not backing down without a fight. Melanie Forbes with a shot. Toth tries to get her hand on that, but Belzile is there to head it home.
Belzile, Pridham not only finishes goals, but she also starts them, as we saw in that case. Now let's chat about game number 2. This was AFC Toronto hosting the Vancouver Rise. This was a highly anticipated matchup between the league's top 2 teams. This ended in a 7-0 blowout for Toronto, and it showcased why they are the top team in the league and the first to qualify for the postseason.
They're a team that has a lot of variation and variety in their attack. You know that they're going to be able to score off of set pieces. They're going to be able to score through the run of play, whether that's a slip ball, that's combination. But they're a team that wants it. They're hungry. They have so many players that are also able to put that ball in the back of the net, as you're seeing here. So much variety in who it is. Okoronkwo and Hunter coming up big. 4 of those 7 goals are from those two very big stars for this Toronto team.
And worth noting in this one, too, that Jess DiFilippo, who's a critical player for Vancouver, was shown 2 yellows, a second for dissent, so she was sent off, and Vancouver had to play a portion of this one down a player. And for our third match, it was at McMahon, Calgary hosting the Montreal Roses. Calgary desperately needed a win in this one. They are sitting just outside of the playoff picture, but they couldn't handle Montreal's offense today, Jess. A 5-0 win for the Roses.
Montreal was hungry, and they were hungry from the start. They were able to get on the board quickly. Stephanie Hill being the one to do that. But you just saw them come alive. They wanted the ball. They were finding the gaps. They were hungry. And they continued to drive forward regardless of how many goals they had already scored. It was a great performance from them.
And, you know, when you think about Calgary, they play again in just a few days. They got to get things sorted and quick.
Yeah, absolutely. And on both sides of the ball, Kate, they were weak defensively. You saw them really get demoralized in their spirit, and their gaps were showing that. But also offensively, they have to be better. They have to be cleaner and more precise.
So listen, Super Saturday absolutely lived up to its name. In case you're counting, that is 14 goals in 3 games.
Welcome back to our halftime show presented by BMO, the official bank of the Northern Super League. Well, the vibes are high in Montreal. It's always a party atmosphere at Stade Boreal, especially when their team, the Montreal Roses, are leading 1-0 over the Halifax Tides. Well, Jess, let's take our viewers through the highlights of the first half, starting with a great chance from Julianne Valeron, the Montreal native.
Yeah, Halifax came out strong in that first minute or so. They wanted this shot. Valeron gets into that space. She does strike this, but it does not test Lambert too much in that. But when you continue to look, this needs to be better. The concentration, the preciseness of the pass goes straight to Paquin. She does well to read that, but she doesn't have enough juice behind this one, Signa, to really test Toth.
Noemi Paquin was definitely lively in the first half with more than a few opportunities, this one off a free kick.
Yeah, she was looking for her second goal, that's for sure. But again, just not enough behind that. It's going to take a lot more to beat Toth.
That one had a lot of mustard on it. You could hear it from Karima
We
Lemire.
absolutely heard that one. That was something that we mentioned in the run of play. But Lambert did very well to hold that.
And this was a big opportunity for Captain Megan Sauvé.
We talk about getting numbers in the box, but also those trailing runners have to be aware, and that's exactly what Sauvé is here. She's aware of what needs to be done, but she isn't able to get her body over top of the ball, and that lets her down and causes the ball to sky over the bar.
Montreal had some spell of possession. This was a nice play by Stephanie Hill under some pressure to get out of trouble, but it ended up creating a scoring chance.
Very confident from Hill, first of all, but then you look at her, she continues her run forward. Sauvé gets this ball, she finds Bilbao, who slips this through to Paquin, and then Paquin cuts in and again tries it, but Toth comes up big, gets her hand on that, goes off the bar, out for a corner kick.
Noemi Paquin, we mentioned she had an active first half, had another opportunity here, but again, couldn't find the back of the net.
And this is a good run of a good combination play between all the players. You saw that layoff. She is there to strike that Paquin, but again, leaning back and isn't able to hit that on frame.
And this one was the goal. It started with a few kind of a little bit of ping pong back and forth, but there it is from Stephanie Hill.
I mean, Stephanie Hill did what needed to be done. She's able to loft this over top of Toth, but that clearance needs to be better from this Halifax side. They keep dropping the ball in that area where Montreal has runners to be able to crash.
Let's take a look at your first half stats, and it was pretty even in terms of the possession, but the total shots on target, firmly the way of Montreal. Well, it's maybe not the 1970s. It's current day Montreal, and the Roses are up 1-0 with 45 minutes left to play against the Halifax Tides.
Back to the NSL on TSN. Kate McKenna and Amy Walsh with you. And during the recent transfer window, which officially closed August 31st, NSL teams added a total of 20 players to their roster. So we want to highlight some of the standout signings, starting with the Montreal Roses adding South Korean international Cherim Kang. What has she added to this squad, Amy?
Cherim has added that intricate cleverness to the Roses attack that was missing, just that little bit of a creative force, that paciness. Somebody who instinctively can either play provider or score themselves. And we saw Cherim do that almost instantly with a brace. And I think she just adds that elusiveness between the lines, that little bit of a spark that they needed to elevate what was already going quite well. But now they have an impact player who just puts her stamp on everything that she touches in the offensive third.
As for Toronto, they signed some key contributors in the midfield in Zoe Burns and Sarah Stratigakis.
And they combined in this 7-0 rout over the hottest team in NSL, Vancouver Rise. And it's great to see, and Burns also exploded. She got a brace, one of her first professional goals, which was tremendous to see. But I think Stratigakis particularly is that connecting piece between the midfield and the attack.
Pivoting to Vancouver now, they added two standout talents in Latifa Abdu and Yuka Okamoto.
Well, Abdu, Kate, let's be honest, that was the drama, that was the
group
spice.
chat was blowing up.
It really was, and I couldn't believe it myself, but wasted very little time, also putting her stamp on that attack and on the league. Third leading scorer in NSL. And I think what Okamoto does is, again, she's this player that is silky and rangy. She adds skill and nuance and another dimension to an already really potent Vancouver Rise attack. So now you've got this 1-2 punch. You've got a 1-2-3-4-5 punch
no kidding.
in that front line with Holly Ward as well, and Pachursky, DiFilippo, and then you've got Abdu with these incredibly potent strikes, but you've got Okamoto who's pulling the strings from that wider position.
So 5 major signings, all making immediate impacts. And listen, it's only year 1 of the NSL. You have to think in these future transfer windows, we'll see more and more signings from around the globe.
This tastes like something my dad likes. Well, call me Daddy. Hi, I'm Haley Whitaker.
And I'm Julia Lees.
And we're gonna be trying Canadian snacks today.
They picked 2 good people for this one.
So good. First up, ketchup Lay's. All right, we'll go together.
Yeah. Wow. Big one. Bon appetit.
Bon appetit. Yeah. America needs these really bad.
They would love them. We put ketchup on everything.
On everything.
The crunchy, the sweet. Parfait.
Next up, all dressed. Bon appetit.
Bon appetit. I like them.
Give me 14 of these right now. Like, I need them all. Next, coffee crisp. I'm excited.
Cheers.
Cheers. Whoa. Whoa, those are really good.
I love.
Imagine this like cold. Oh, Henry. Y'all ever met Henry? Okay.
No, but be careful. It has peanuts for those of you out there. We're not trying to kill anybody. No cases.
Yeah, none. Cheers. Cheers. What does this look like? This tastes like something my dad likes.
Well, call me daddy. I love this. Okay, this is my fave.
These are good.
Okay.
Next, a Canadian Kit Kat. Is it the same? I don't know, but America does junk food better, so you know how we do. Cheers. Bon
Cheers.
appetit.
Whoa. Wait.
Is that just... The chocolate's way better. It's
think?
like real. It's real chocolate. Smarties. This is not a Smartie.
Okay.
In the States, a Smartie's like a... What are those, sweet tarts?
Yeah, Smarties are just sugar. These are fake M&Ms. They're just M&Ms.
Bon appetit.
Bon appetit.
You're like M&M's like Dollar Tree version.
If I'm on a desert island and I want my sweet treat o'clock, I guess I'll eat this.
What is this? I don't know how to pronounce this.
Arrow.
Arrow?
Arrow.
You can't.
Cheers.
It's good. It's good. It's like a Hershey's.
So, Haley,
Yeah.
what's your favorite? If you can take one of these snacks, and if you can throw out and ban one of these snacks from
Alright.
ever being made again.
My top pick. You're gonna be surprised. Canadian Kit Kat. What? The real chocolate in there, I love it. I mean, you can't beat it.
Okay.
What's your number one?
Daddy's back. It's gotta be the O. Henry bar.
Somebody,
I
please.
love the peanuts and the chocolate and the fudge and the caramel. Henry, I want a sponsorship appearance. Please,
I
give me a
love-
brand deal.
All right, which one you throwing? Oh wait, yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Trash.
No.
Give me my M&Ms. Give me my peanut M&Ms. Milk
Yeah,
chocolate,
milk chocolate,
peanut butter.
They have cookies and cream now.
Anything
like
but
anything
these.
but these.
Well, it's time to get your tickets to come see us on the pitch.
So make sure you come and see us.
And get some O. Henry bars to enjoy while you're watching the football.
We.
That's all from the BMO halftime show, the official bank of the Northern Super League. A couple of substitutions, and you see one of them there, and that would be Gunny Jonsdottir. Kickoff straight ahead. Three changes in total. Annika Leslie coming in for Addie Wickers in behind. Julianne Valeron coming out for Eva Fremont. And the aforementioned Gunny Jonsdottir coming in for Sarah Taylor. So 3 changes for the Halifax Tides, who trail 1-0 to the Montreal Roses. The Roses, if you're just tuning in, I'm Signa Butler alongside former Canadian Youth International Jess Lisi for this match. A goal by Stephanie Hill for the Montreal Roses. And the Roses trying to secure their spot in the postseason. All they need is a draw or a win today. And Halifax looking to play spoiler. They've had good matches against the Roses this season, 2 draws and a win.
Halifax is definitely going to need to come out with more bite in this half to be able to knock the Roses down, in the sense of you don't want this Montreal side to gain that confidence and to continue to go at you and to score a second goal, because they are a very organized team defensively. They're difficult to break down, and offensively, when they're confident, they're an absolute force.
Jonsdottir edging Hess off the ball.
And Jonsdottir being that potential fix and really settling the play for Halifax. I mentioned in the first half some of the decision making to really send that ball over the top when it wasn't on, or force a ball or force a pass. she's somebody that brings that experience and that composure to be able to play that simple pass when it's on, but also recognize, hey, that ball is not the best option right now. We're going to recycle and keep the ball.
Hill under pressure and electing to go out for the throw-in. Jonsdottir in the middle of the pitch. 10th match of the season for her. Had battled injuries this year. Of course, coming back after the birth of her son, or an Aaron McLeod's son, Baldwin Leo. Ball over top to Nakamura, and Lambert just on the edge of the 18 to gather that up. Minas. Cherim. Norcus gets goal side in the nick of time. Leslie, the pass picked up by Minas. Tides trying to play out of trouble. And out for a Montreal throw.
We're once again seeing how lethal that press is. The numbers, they're not giving Halifax the time to clear that ball confidently, to find feet. Instead, the ball's in the air and ends up going out of bounds.
Sutter sweeping that out of bounds. Minas tried the back heel. Not out of the way yet. Fremo. Halifax backed into their own end. Leslie clears it to Nakamura. Has Kennedy. Kennedy along the left side. Whitaker recovers in time. Kennedy turns back. Fremo. Ball bounces in the box, but Lambert is there.
And you're seeing there, Signa, that defensive mindset of Montreal. Their numbers back, they get caught in transition. Sid Kennedy looks up. She only has about one runner in the box, but there are a ton of red shirts, and they made sure of it. So that mindset for them defensively to hold this lead and to hopefully make it larger for them, it's there. The mentality's there, and you're seeing it in that exact moment.
Lemire calmly plays it forward to Nakamura, who's pulled down. Play continues. Jonsdottir settling it back to Olai. Whitaker wins the ball back. Kennedy's got to be careful tugging on the shirt, and probably will see the books. Referees this season very strict on the shirt tugging.
See another look at it. Yeah, it's a pretty blatant shirt pull. Multiple, to be fair.
Kennedy's fourth yellow card of the season. Lee's under pressure from Nakamura. Back to Hill, who will look to switch. Backhand turning, moving forward. Sauvé. To Charlotte Bilbao. Just grazes the head of Kennedy. Whitaker's moving forward. And out of bounds.
Another thing to point point out too, Signa, is we've been talking about how Halifax has improved in the attack, but defensively they also seem to have more of a confident approach as well. They are more organized, more disciplined, but right now that second ball is what's letting them down. They deal with the first ball, they get that ball out, but then they're not collecting the second ball, which causes another opportunity to come their way, and Montreal is a hungry team. They love those transitional moments, so they have to be able to secure not only that first ball, but that second as well.
Minas playing it through. Olai captures that. Bilbao will be called for the foul there on Cedeno. And he tried to squeak by Whitaker. Was ready there.
That's always a battle we look forward to when these two teams meet.
We may like it. I'm not sure the players like it themselves, but
You're not wrong, Signa.
Boychuk cutting back, allows Leslie to get back in the play. Tyran back to Lees. Hill's pass picked off. And Allen checked off the ball by Sauvé.
Really seen Amanda Allen come alive so far in this game. We've seen a couple opportunities where she's getting on the end of that ball, but we know what she's capable of. She's a player you want to be able to get that ball to, so she can go 1v1, so she can strike on frame or put the ball in the box. But they haven't utilized her to her fullest capacity yet.
And offside the call. Amanda Allen making her 5th start today for the Halifax Tides, on loan from the Orlando Pride, came over during that summer transfer window. And I've remarked about this on the broadcast before, but it's hard to believe she's just 20 years old. It just seems like she's been on the scene for a long time, whether it's with the youth national team. She played a cap with the Canadian team back in 2022, I believe. Jonstadter, overlapping run. A little too far.
It's a good idea, but at the same time, you have to know your player's strengths, and every player has a different strength. Jonstadter's is not her pace into space, so that ball has to be to her feet or just not so overhit, where she is able to get on that, control the ball, look up, and make things happen as she always does in the middle of the park.
Allen wins the ball back. Looking to go 1v1. Sauvé wins that battle, out for a throw.
We've also seen a very confident Sauvé as she's back in that fullback role, something that she's very confident in and has been comfortable with before playing for the Roses. That's a position she was very familiar with in playing. We saw her a little higher up the pitch early on, but you're definitely seeing that confidence come through in her bite and her defensive abilities.
Cherim wins the ball back. Vibrant atmosphere at Stade Boreal. The fans urging their team on, wanting to see them have the X marks the spot in the standings. Cherim tackled by Fremont. Halifax trying to get out of trouble here. Montreal happy to play possession.
Those quick 1-2 touches, passes are getting them out of danger. And that's something that they are so great at, being able to recognize when that long pass is on, when the short pass is on, when to keep it, and when to really go yourself.
Ali Hess under pressure. Karima Lemire maybe a little too much at the end of that tackle. Oh, who's enjoying the game? Nacho Piatti, the Montreal Impact legend. Enjoying the Northern Super League, the first year of this women's professional league in Canada. Long ball played over top, looking for Cherim. Cherim slipped, and Fremo's gonna go down as well. Fremo's down in the box.
Not sure if Cherim lost her footing or she stepped on top of Fremo's foot, and that's why she had lost her footing. We'll see here. Yeah, it looks like they make a bit of contact there. Probably a stud to the top of the foot for Fremo. Which sounds not too bad, but my goodness, does it not feel great.
There's not a lot of cushion on the top of one's foot. Cedeno.
Ali Hess there again to break it up.
Boychuk took a real crack and blocked by Annika Leslie. Amanda Allen was looking for that pass. Julia Lees read it, was trying to find Sid Kennedy.
There needs to be less predictability in what you're going to play. You were able to see she teleported that pass. She looked up, you knew exactly where she was gonna go. You had Sid Kennedy running at pace, but you also saw Montreal aware and starting to drop back, and that's when someone really needs to make that move and come off the front.
Ball through, Paquin trying to cut back against Norcus. And ball bounced in the box. Annika Toth jumps on that.
Well done, well defended.
Whitaker will go back to Lambert. They'll look to play out of that press, and the touch was a miss hit by Bilbao, but Cherim was quick feet. Gets there. Norcus had to clip that last second.
It's a good idea, and you're seeing those numbers driving forward, all three of the forwards getting up on that back line, and that's something that they found success in last matchup. That one player driving forward, the three forwards getting, I don't want to say use the word forward again, Signa, so getting up and being able to break those lines and get towards the goal to finish.
Yes, to Lees. Boychuk, nice touch to Cherim.
Zoe Minas, always aware of where she needs to be. She checks her shoulder, she finds the space. She isn't getting the ball in that space. She's able to occupy a different space to create for her teammates.
Fremo not too happy with the extra touch by Cherim. And a substitution coming in for the Halifax Tides, their 4th substitution. And it'll be Amanda Allen coming out of the match, Sarah LaMiller coming in. Miller has been a real bright spot over the course of the season, especially this back half of the season. Coach Stephen Hart calling Sarah LaMiller, just her tremendous attitude has been a real asset to the team.
She's a bit of a spark plug for them. She brings that energy and that confidence in the attack. She loves to go at people. She drives end lines. She strikes the ball from distance. She's a very good player. She has all the tools in her toolbox to help this team succeed. So it's great to see her get some minutes in today as well.
They're all obviously being conscious of playing time as well. This is the middle of a 3-game stretch over 9 days. Jonstadter trying to run in behind, cleared away for a throw. The last 2 of those games on the road, this one in Montreal, and then the Tides will head to Toronto at York Lions Stadium to play AFC Toronto on Sunday. Kennedy, a little touch, another touch. Finding Cedeno. Cedeno looking to fire. Didn't have enough space, closed down early, and Whitaker gets that out for a throw-in.
It's well defended by Montreal, not allowing any time and space there. Cedeno even cuts the ball back. Could she have potentially released one there quickly? Maybe, but there wasn't much time frame there for her to make anything happen.
Jonstadter, shield back to Leslie. Olai, Norcus, gotta be careful. Montreal retains possession. Sarah LaMiller hops on the loose ball. And out for a corner kick. This is an opportunity here for the Halifax Tides. Looks like some substitutions getting ready for Robert Rosatoyu's team. Sid Kennedy will approach this ball. Halifax yet to hit the target in this second half, so this is a prime opportunity. Just down a goal. Try and get themselves back in this match.
All it takes is one for that equalizer, so they definitely have to put their body on the line here. Bring the grit, bring the hunger.
Kennedy, it's in, headed away by Julia Lees. And out like a storm is Sauvé. We'll wait for some numbers. Boychuk does well to keep that. Minas punches the ball looking for Bilbao. Fremo whiffed on it. Got a toe on it. Cherim finds Whitaker, and lucky for the Tides, Sid Kennedy was there. Nakamura couldn't keep it alive.
Haley Whitaker needs to cut in there and use her left foot to strike on frame or get the ball in the box for someone else to get there and get a rebound. She tries to go back right, and Sid Kennedy is too good for that. Not going to be able to beat her in that way.
And Megumi Nakamura picked up a yellow card. Just there, didn't get a look at what happened. I think something to do with the kick taking the ball after it was stopped. 2 substitutions for the Montreal Roses. Tanya Boychuk comes out of the match for Laurie Thibault. And Charlotte Bilbao will exit the game, and Claire Monyard coming in. Monyard coming off a game against the Calgary Wild where she picked up her first goal of the season.
Both of them were able to net that first goal, so now they're in search of that second one.
Montreal switches the play.
Some shoulder-to-shoulder action there from Norcus.
Delay of game on Nakamura was what the yellow card was for.
Physicality from Thibault.
Nakamura trying to touch it through to Cedeno. As the wave goes around Stade Boreal, Jonsdotter. Maybe looking for Nakamura. Hill says, I don't like the way things are shaping up, so I'm going to restart this with a Halifax throw. With 20 minutes left to play. Deep throw in for the Tides.
The game plan of trying to get that ball to Nakamura when she has Hill as well as Lee's right on her is not going to work unless there is an option for her to lay the ball off to. As you're seeing there, they're aware, they know they don't want her to be able to turn and shoot. They've seen her do it. So they're shutting her down every chance they get. So that support in and around her is going to be key for them to be able to connect in that final third.
Nakamura, 4 goals on the season. There she is there. Laying it through to Cedeno. Cedeno to Sid Kennedy, cuts it in, her right foot, and blocked. Just in the nick of time, the Montreal Roses.
We've seen it here again. Nakamura does well to win that ball back, plays Cedeno. She runs out of options and ends up playing Sid Kennedy, who comes across, but both Lambert as well as Hill were ready for that.
So Halifax buzzing here, 20 minutes to play. Sarah LeMiller will come over and take this corner kick, look for the in-swing. Ball played in, far post, and just swings right across and out of touch.
It's a good delivery in the box, Signa, but there has to be more willingness to get on the end of this. You do see Olai attempt that. Leslie's run's a little late, but if they want to be able to capitalize on their opportunities, a lot of them are coming from set pieces, so they do have to be better and cleaner on them.
Hill plays direct, the header missed, and this could be trouble. Sauvé cutting in has Paquet, and that's an easy second goal for the Montreal Roses. Noemi Paquet, for a second straight game, finds the back of the net.
Knocking on the door in the first half, Signa. We were waiting for her to score her second. But this is very well done from the Roses. Monyard plays this ball through to Sauvé, who hustles forward, looks up, recognizes the ball that needed to be played, and Paquin confidently steps in there and just slots that by Toth. And if it hadn't gone in the back of the net, you saw Cherim there. She was ready, runners in the box. This is a great finish. It actually deflects.
So Noemi Paquin picking up the 2-0 goal. Tiffany Cameron coming into the game for the Halifax Tides. Coming in for Karima Lemire. Tiffany Cameron had been injured the last few games, so nice to see her back in the lineup. Member of the Reggae Girls.
You're seeing Rosatoyu there really hyping up that pressure. That high press is very difficult to break down, and it forces a lot of mistakes to happen.
Foul called on Kennedy, maybe some frustration there. Kennedy with a great opportunity to even up the game at 1, and then just moments later, Montreal goes down and scores to make it 2-0.
It just goes to show you, though, Signa, the cruel game of soccer, but also just sports in general. If you don't make the most of your opportunities, your opponent could potentially go down the other way and hurt you.
Hill stripped of the ball by Cameron. Norcas playing forward, and the run offside. 2 substitutions coming into the match for the Montreal Roses at our next juncture. Chloe Minas, who put in a nice shift in her first start of the year. Coming out of the match, pardon me, for Felicia Roy, 19-year-old former Canadian Youth International. And Megan Sauvé playing her 21st game in a row for the Montreal Roses, coming out for Jody Smith.
She's been a staple for them this season in that starting 11.
Ball coughed up nearly. Kennedy lurking. Montreal gets out of it. Cherim looking for a target as Monyard running on. Leslie disrupts it.
It's well done by Monyard. Good hustle to keep that in.
Halifax throw on the far side.
Bit of a late tackle there by Cedeno.
And this is in striking distance for the Montreal Roses.
We've seen them be dangerous on set pieces. It's something they're great at, especially when you have a player like Hill with that height in the box and you have someone like Hess who's able to deliver a great ball into the box. Halifax has to be solid here and concentrated.
Hess lays off to Paquin. Paquin's shot blocked. And that'll be a foul on Julia Lees.
Well won by Hess.
Miller. 2 roses on her. 1 by Thibault. The pass is not there. Stephen Hard looking on. His team trailing 2-0. Nakamura opens the ball up nicely, finds Kennedy. Kennedy. Ball played in quickly, Nakamura. And well defended by Felicia Roy.
Seen that patience from Montreal in no rush to go forward if it's not on. Keeping the ball circulating.
Trying to get as many yards as she possibly can.
It's a nice turn.
Cherim. And surprised that no call there, but Cedeno will be taking a deep breath. And she's on a card, so.
That was most definitely a foul. Cedeno has to be careful there.
And Leslie. Fremo.
You love to see this sort of cheekiness and creativity from Cherim right through the legs of Fremo. And that's just one of the many things that she adds to this Montreal side, that creativity and that willingness to try things and be brave in the attack.
So someone on the bench has received a red card, we believe. We will confirm that for you in just a moment. So one of the assistants for the Montreal Roses has been given that red card, so a bench red card.
Well done by Bois to get in there and break that up.
Nakamura, nice touch. Couldn't get by Hill. Olai step forward to try and win that ball back. Back to Norcas now.
Halifax needs to move the ball with pace, enough pace to be able to displace this very good structure that Montreal constantly puts out. They're very organized, they know their role individually, they cover for one another. But you're not going to be able to beat them if you're playing the ball lackadaisical across the back line.
Less than 10 minutes to play at Stade Boreal. Halifax Tides trailing 2-0 to the Montreal Roses. Foul on Cherim Kang, and Cherim is going to get a yellow for kicking the ball away, or the shirt tug.
Either or.
Either or. South Korean international with 42 caps, Cherim Kang. Ali Hess, who's had a solid match for the Montreal Roses today, will exit the match. And Mara Bouchard will come out. Juggling of armbands today. Gabrielle Lambert will take over the captaincy on the pitch. And on the field, it's Sid Kennedy on the ball. Looking to get on the board here, the Halifax Tides. Headed away by Whitaker.
Not much time here, Signa, for them, but enough time to at least get one in the back of the net. We spoke about this Halifax team. They are out of the playoffs, but you're playing for so much more at the end of the day. You want to go out with, you want to go out on with a bang. You want to be able to represent that badge as both an individual as well from a team perspective and end this season on a high.
Tiffany Cameron trying to get in behind, and Hill does a great job defending against a very experienced player up front in Tiffany Cameron. Norcas taken down, and just to chop it away. Frantic over on that right sideline. Jonsdotter will settle things down. Not sure the target there, but it will be a deep throw in for the Montreal Roses. Just, if you're curious about what the red card was for. Back heel to Jonsdotter from Cedeno. Olai looking for a target here.
It's been quite a scrappy night, Signa, between both these teams.
Olai bounced off her foot. Paquin was looking for another goal tonight, but Toth is there. And back to what you're saying about, playing for the badge and, ending your season off with playing your best football. And that's what the Tides are looking to do. Here comes Sarah LeMiller, one of the best Tides of late. And earning a deep throw in. It's
well done by her. She does attempt to get that in and across, but Montreal aware of it and gets it out.
Seeing quite a few cards handed out tonight. And this time, a member of the Halifax Tides bench.
Based on the reaction of the players, I think I'd love to have him mic'd up there just for that one moment.
Just a few minutes left in this match, plus added time. Nakamura. Ball popped over top, but out for a throw-in.
That final pass and that decision of when to play a certain type of ball has been letting them down in the second half.
And Norcus down on the pitch. And Montreal coming forward. Halifax does have some numbers back, trying to get their shape back in order. But Whitaker is attacking. Cherim! A nice save!
That's well done by Toth. She comes up massive for them again. But this ball from Thibault, the recognition to find Whitaker to switch the point of attack, it causes issues. And then Cherim with a nice touch. But it isn't enough to beat Toth. Well done, Toth, on that.
Toth has had a couple key saves tonight for the Halifax Tides. The 23-year-old from Oakville, Ontario, represents Slovakia on the international stage. Miller lays the ball into Cameron. And a nice recovery from Jody Smith. Jonsdottir crunching tackle. Four minutes of added time before the final whistle at Stade Boreal. And the hustle from Cedeno wasn't enough, out for a goal kick. So Montreal minutes away from clinching a playoff spot in this inaugural season of the NSL.
Miller not able to get out of that. Too many Montreal players.
Mara Bouchard. Bouchard's cross in. Sarah Miller. Give and go with Cameron. Miller wanted to thread Kennedy, but didn't have enough time and space. Being closed down. Fremont.
needed to be that overlapping runner there, or Sid Kennedy needed to pull out wider for somebody to make that run, in between those defenders, but instead she ended up closing her space really quickly and put herself in a 2v1 situation, which left Miller with not many options to thread her through.
Miller now on this left side. Kennedy, the touch inside, cuts it back. Nakamura, just wide of the far post.
That's what they need. They need more of that, those balls into the box that actually give your teammate a chance, and they're precise. And you see here, Miller takes her time. Kennedy drives forward and cuts that ball back. There isn't anyone there, but Nakamura does hold her run long enough to be able to connect with that. Just isn't able to get it on frame. Very similar tale to her last goal.
Fermo, nice pass in to Cameron. Cameron with 2 on her. Wow. Looking forward for Monyard. Monyard. Broken up by Leslie.
Too much thinking from Monyard in that moment. She just has to continue to drive forward. Too many touches. You could see her brain almost working. She wasn't sure what the best option there was, but a bigger touch, driving forward, running past those defenders would have definitely been her best bet in that situation.
It's 2-0 for the Montreal Roses over the Halifax Tides, but make it 3 in the playoffs. AFC Toronto, Ottawa Rapid, Montreal Roses all in the playoffs in the inaugural year of the Northern Super League.
You can see the smiles, just how happy. Very well-deserved win from them. It was a scrappy matchup from that first minute all the way to the final one, Signa. But Montreal definitely came out on top because of what they were able to do, the variety of their attack. They were hungry to that final moment, just not clean enough from Halifax. It's not that there was a lack of buildup. There was definitely some good moments, but that precision in that final pass was letting them down.
So an important 3 points for Robert Rosatoyu's team. 2-0 the final as we take a look at our full-time stats. Again, the possession, well, it was pretty much even, but I think the tale was told by the shots, Jess.
Yeah, absolutely. You're seeing 17 shots to 4, 7 of those 17 on target. Montreal wanted this win. You could see it. A bunch of players stepping up, Noemi Paquin being one of them, but the possession definitely doesn't tell the full story, Signa.
Paquin, all smiles. She opened up her account in the NSL against Calgary over the weekend today, picking up her second goal and creating opportunities as well.
Yeah, she was active for them. You saw she had 7 shots, one goal tonight, but she was active in making things happen, whether she was coming off the front and attempting to thread that ball through, getting crosses in the box. She was searching for her second goal, but she was also looking to contribute in any way she could to make her team qualify for these playoffs. So definitely a great performance from her. That confidence, we're seeing it come out. I don't know if that's because she was finally able to score that first ever NSL goal, but good on her, great performance, and overall, very exciting matchup.
Well, let's take a look at the standings as they are right now. Of course, a big action in week number 3, but the X marks the spot. They've clinched playoff berths, and the Montreal Roses have added their name there. Currently in second place, with action still ahead this weekend, which will determine things. Halifax Tides at the bottom of the table, but again, playing for the course of this season with 5 more matches remaining. Well, speaking of the playoffs, the final is not too far ahead. November 15th at BMO Field. Make sure you come to that one. To Diana Matheson, it was just a concept or idea on a napkin, but 2 years ago it didn't even have teams.
Looking for the strike. Oh!
Now that's a finish. Northern Super League. It will transcend the sport, the Northern Super League, for years to come. Well, the drums are banging. It's a party atmosphere, and why not? Because the Montreal Roses have booked their spot in the playoffs.
I need to get me one of those.
Get one of those. Well, listen, we have got Stephanie Hill standing by for an interview. Well, Stephanie, it's been a huge day for your team. I can see you now. There, I can see you now. Your team has clinched a spot in the playoffs. Firstly, how does that feel? Was that the goal tonight, to get it done?
Yes, it was. It definitely feels amazing to get the win, to have clinched the playoffs. We have so much more to do, so much more to work on, but it gives us momentum, so we're ready to go.
And you picked up your 5th goal of the season. It wasn't a glorious header like last time, but why don't you take us through what you saw from your perspective?
I saw an open ball, I said leave it, and I decided to just hit it as far over as heads as possible, and then it went over the goalie as well, so I think it was a little lucky, but hey, it went in.
You've really made progress this season. Your first year coming out of McGill University, really solidifying yourself in the starting 11 for Robert Rosatoyu's team. What has it been? What have your biggest lessons been in this first season of professional soccer?
To take it day by day and to not take anything for granted. I'm surrounded by some really good players, good staff, so I'm just in it for the ride, keep working hard every day, and just, I think that's what you have to focus on, and then play one game at a time, and that's it.
Appreciate your time. Go celebrate that playoff spot. That sounds pretty good.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Well, a reminder, we've got 2 more games in Week 23 in the NSL coming up this weekend. Make sure you tune in for that. On Saturday at CBC, we've got the Vancouver Rise and Ottawa Rapid FC. Vancouver trying to just get the X marks the spot there for them. Swangard Stadium, 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 Pacific time. And then the Halifax Tides, not much rest for them. They're against AFC Toronto on Sunday from York Lions Stadium. That game on TSN Plus, 2 Eastern, 3 p.m. Atlantic time. Well, Jess, just a brief thought on that game.
It was a well-deserved win from Montreal. They brought that variation that was needed in the attack, and they were able to finish their chances.
Well, you've been watching the NSL on CBC Gem, presented by BMO, the official bank of the Northern Super League. For Jess Lisi, I'm Signa Butler, and on behalf of all of our crew, thank you so much for watching. In the end, it was the Montreal Roses 2, Halifax Tides 0. But the most important thing, the Roses in the playoffs.